Hey guys, so for my Hack of the Week presentation, I will be exploring the Magneto file upload vulnerability, which put over 250,000 shopping platforms at risk. So, what is Magneto? Magneto is an online e-commerce platform created by Adobe used for creating online store interfaces. They offer code and support for shopping carts, catalog management tools, and user authentication. They also provide a list of APIs and other supporting factors that help make the online shopping process that much easier. It is used by over 250,000 other organizations that use it for creating their online shopping platforms. Notable ones would be Ford, Vizio, Land Rover, or even eBay. So the Magneto file upload vulnerability spawned from two vulnerabilities within the file upload system. The first one would be the fact that there's no user authentication when uploading files. This basically means that anyone with at least admin privileges can upload a file without having to verify their identity through credentials. This eliminates one of the layers of security, making it a lot easier to access. The second vulnerability is the platform allows the uploading of any file type. Uh, Usually, in these situations, with certain applications and softwares, there is a restricted list of file extensions that are not allowed to be uploaded to said server. In this case, though, with Magneto, they do not have any restrictions on what file extension can be uploaded. So you can upload a document, an HTML file, a PHP, anything you want. And this is a major problem because it also means you can upload executables. So the file upload vulnerability is a general term that doesn't necessarily only apply to Magneto. It basically just means a vulnerability that allows the execution of arbitrary code through any type of server that allows the uploading of files. In this case, it would be a web server. So in order to illustrate this better, I put some graphics down here to help showcase the process. So a malicious party would write their code with dangerous implications and give it an extension that is executable through a web server or web page. In this case, that would be .php. As long as they have admin privileges, they are able to upload said code to the market.com web server. And once it's successfully uploaded, the hacker can go into his browser from any old browser, enter in a similar URL to this, and execute the code and do whatever he wants basically to the system. So during the period of time when this vulnerability was available, there was a number of exploitations that occurred. These are some key ones with no specific relation to no specific examples, but one key one was accessing key customer data through the database. Basically, uploading your file allowed you to access credentials like credit cards, username, passwords, or anything that's necessary for a user to use an online shopping platform. In addition to that one, there was also the process of inserting fake pages for malicious purposes through redirection links. So a link would, instead of redirecting you to uh, an aspect of the shopping site, it would redirect you to a similar looking fake version, which would instead take your credentials or whatever you entered in there and store it in a completely separate database. Finally, the most simple and obvious example of an exploiting of this vulnerability would be the installing of malware, like a Trojan. Anyone who you could just place it in place of any link, and it would install on said person's computer. So the timeline for this attack isn't very in-depth or expansive. The vulnerability was acknowledged in June 2020 by Adobe. Since the amount of companies affected are so massive, since it covers over 250,000, concrete metrics for when and how the vulnerability was exploited are not known. But as mentioned earlier, I put a list of the potential exploits, including installing malware like Trojans and disabling key features of the platform like user authentication. As of October 15th, 2020, Adobe patched the vulnerability in the Magneto Commerce 2.4.1 security update. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.